Yo guys, what's going on? Epoch99 here with you today, doing a video from Final Fantasy XI. This is a video game, an online one, and it's a good video game that I've been playing for many years. Today's guide is all about Rune Fencer. It's a job in the game, a job class, a class of job that you can play in Final Fantasy XI. The Rune Fencer is sort of a tanking job, which means that you're in charge of making sure that the enemies that you are fighting are attacking you. And so I'm going to be going through some of the basic abilities and maneuvers of the Rune Fencer to talk about how this is done. So right now, the first thing you want to do is get out your trusts. These will form the basis of your XP party. So you want to have a white mage for curing. I'm going to throw out a Joachim who's a bard. The bard is going to do some like songs that are going to make me attack and stuff. There he is. Look at his eye patch. Hey, buddy. We're going to have the Korumoru. That's a red mage who's going to be in charge of hasting and dispelling the mobs and enfeebling. And then I'm going to throw out the Shantotos for doing some magic bursting off of Skillchains. And then I like to have Iroha to Skillchain with me. So Rune Fencer is all about elemental stuff. And one of the things that Rune Fencer does is you can harbor elemental runes. And so my first strategy tip and trick for you today is to go ahead and throw up some runes. So I like, for fighting fish and crabs, I like to use the water resistance rune. This makes you especially resistant to water-based attacks and dish out some additional lightning damages. So we're going to put 3 of these runes up. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. From there, you can use an ability called Valiance, and that's going to buff your whole party with that same magical resistance. So when I do Valiance, whoop, there it goes. The party all has that now. They're all good to go. Another cool thing about when you're under the effects of Valiance and Velation is that you now get a sweet fast cast. So I make sure to put that up, and then I do fast cast spells. Like, look how fast Phalanx flies up. It went up to like 20%. So I throw up Phalanx. As a Rune Fencer, you want a little extra defense. So I threw that up there. That was really good. And then I also want to be attacking a little bit here because I'm kind of doing some DPS. And so I'm going to throw up Embolden, which increases your next spell but lowers its duration. And I'm going to embolden myself with Temper, which should give me a really nice double attack rate. If you have a high enough enhancing magic skill, about 360 or higher. And then the first thing I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to cast Flash on the crab mob. All right? I'm going to cast Flash. And then I'm going to start to attack the crab. This will build TP up in your weapon. Tactical points. It builds up, and then you can do weapon skills. So I'm going to attack as fast as I can in my TPing set. Here's my gear set for when I'm TPing. Adamir head and body. Adamir hands. Perfectly rolled Samua tights. Some Herculean boots with triple attack 4. I'm still building out this cape. No, this is my TP cape. It's still pretty good. Oh, I'm missing a trust. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, I'm good. And then I got the Wind Buffet belt. I got the Anu torque, the Jinsen, a lot of TP build in here, some accuracy and some double attack. All right, so now I'm attacking the crab. See, I'm attacking pretty fast here because of Temper, and then I'm gonna do Resolution. Whoa-pow! This is how you start a skill chain. So skill chains are important because they do damage. I did about a shitty 7k resolution there, and Iroha didn't do anything. So she's gonna follow it up with some of her stuff. I'm gonna resolution again. Oh, I don't know what's happening now. She's doing a self skill chain, so I can't really demonstrate the skill chaining properties properly here. If you're subbing Dark Knight, you can also do Last Resort. That's going to increase your attacks, but lower your defense a little bit. But with Phalanx, it shouldn't make much of a difference. So make sure you keep that Phalanx up. And then look, we got this, and then I'm going to throw out a Dimidiation, and it's going to do a skill chain off of that fusion. See how that works? And then you get some nice damages, a 17,000 damage light skill chain. And that's how you destroy an Apex crab, guys. That's how you do it. And then you can pull the next mob to start to get a skill chain going. You flash it to get some enmity built up. If you need to increase your enmity, you can get an enmity set, which I have built in here. And you can cast Foil. Foil's a nice spell that will gain some AoE enmity off of the mobs that are on your hate table. And if you're subbing Dark Knight, you can also throw out a Stun. Another good way to get some enmity. Harboring runes will also create enmity as well as using your job abilities. So if you're having trouble holding hate, remember to use P-Flug, Liment, Valiance, Velation. All your job abilities will start to give you some enmity. And then we're going to go ahead and continue doing damage on the mobs. That's what you want to do here, is make sure you're doing enough damage to defeat the mobs. So we're going to throw out this resolution here. and see how low of damage it does. For some reason, my resolution just doesn't do much. Well, 12K, that was good, because I was at 300% TP. That was good. And then Iroha was supposed to kind of follow up, but she didn't, so I'll do another resolution here. Yeah. Let's go, 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 go. And then, so you can see that our rune enchantment spells are starting to wane just a bit, so we want to make sure to keep those up. And then if Iroha does a light, sometimes you can close that out with a demediation, but not always, not always. It's kind of depends on what she's doing and what the party's doing. You just got to know your skill chain charts and tables. It's really key. So go ahead and throw that stuff up there. Fight the crabs and fight the jaggles. Get your job points done. Throw out your weapon skills and your chains and your rune spells. Soul Pour is the one for lightning, so we'll throw that out there. Now, one cool thing you might not know about Rune Fencer is you can actually decrease the mob's resistance to lightning-based spells. So I don't see Shantoto casting a lot of thunder, but every once in a while Shantoto will cast thunder, and if I wanted to debuff this mob to take more thunder damage, I can do a thing called an effusion and either do Gambit or Rake. They're a little bit different, but Gambit is just going to decrease the thing's resistance to lightning spells by 30% based on the 3 runes that I have enchanted, entombed in myself. It does expend those runes, so you will need to put them back up. So Soul Pour, again, put your runes back up. In between that, you can maybe throw out a resolution to finish off the mob if you're ready for that. Watch your spells, watch your timers, make sure those things are happening appropriately for you. And yeah, it's a fun job, guys. Like, there's a lot you can do with it. It's a fun DPS job. It's a good tank job for sure. You can pretty much avoid any kind of magic. One tip I have recently created is this nice chart. So if I go into my macros here, I have a macro for elements, and I attached like my rune enchantments to like echo messages. So it says like, if I use Ignis, that's going to increase my resistance to silence and gravity. So if I want to, if I know I'm going up against a mob who's going to silence me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up 3 Ignis runes at the start and then do this thing called P-Flug, which is this cool ability called P-Flug, where you get to increase the resistance to magical spells based on whatever runes you have enchained inside of you. And so if you can have a little handy, you can just memorize it, which I have trouble with, or you can just have a reminder. Like if I want resistance against poison, then I'm going to put up Tellus, the Earth one, and if I want resistance to stun, I'm going to use Flabra, the Wind one, because stun is an ice-based or whatever. It's the opposite of wind. It's an earth. I forget all those things, but I looked it all up. So you can check all that out on the BG wikis to get more information there. But yeah, this is how you do rune, especially rune TPing. If you're TPing, if you're doing weapon skills, rune can do some pretty good damage, guys. It can do some pretty good damages. So throughout your resolutions, make sure you continue to Valation and Valiance the party. The Valiance is really great because it's going to give you that fast cast. You can throw your spells out. You won't get interrupted. You can throw out your Temper and get your multi-strikes. Now, Temper is a job point spell that you earn after, I think it's like 600 job points, so you're going to have to invest a little bit to get that, but it's totally worth it. Make sure you have an enhancing magic gear set that you can use to increase that double attack rate under the effects of the Tempers, and then get in there and start doing some damage, guys. Get in there and start whacking and smacking these mobs around. Get in there and start doing some tanking, some hate generation. Get in there and start vivacious pulsing yourself. That gives you some HPs back. If you have the +1 Empyrean, it also gets rid of a status effect, so that's sweet. It's a good little emergency spell there. Make sure you're using your Last Resort when that's available. That's going to increase your attacks and stuff. Blue Mage is another great idea for a sub job. You can get some good hate generating enmity spells there. But yeah, overall, Rune Fencer is super fun. So thanks so much for tuning in. This has been my comprehensive Rune Fencer guide coming at you from Epoch99. For all things Rune Fencer, go check out my YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, follow, subscribe to the following subscriptions, and subscribe to Ramoko. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.